Can you hear me? Your the background, it looks so nice.
Thanks. That's my office in Paris at Hardverse.
Nice. Okay, we are live. Uh, let's take this moment, Seb, to quickly share the links because it takes like a couple of minutes for people to join in,
All
and
right. Hello,
then we
everyone. We're live. We're live.
we're live. Yeah,
It's good to be back. A lot of great stuff at Sandbox. So excited to discuss about it.
yeah, and what I saw in the video kind of really blew my mind, and I'm really
Mhm.
looking forward to finding more about it and talking. One sec. Okay, great. Um, one sec. Mm, Okay, we are live everywhere. This is fantastic. Okay. You know, the first thing that I want to tell everybody is it doesn't matter if you're in AI, it doesn't matter if you're in Web3. We are living in some of the most exciting times in the human history. For somebody who briefly has been a part of any um crypto space back in like 2021, 2022, or maybe even in the pump fund days, right? That excitement of a new update or a new token, which unfortunately wasn't tangible and did not be there for the long run. But AI is turning out to be that. Every day we have new updates. Yesterday we had the update from Opus Mythos, which is like the closest and the most amazing AI module ever. And imagine they are shipping these modules every month. Uh, how many times a month did we actually have software updates, or did we have application updates on our phones? uh, the world that we're living is unbelievable, and today I have a dear friend of mine who actually has been one of the pioneers, not just in web 3. So he's been a pioneer in web 2, web 3, and now he is dipping his toes in AI. Let's welcome Sebastian. Sebastian, how you doing? What's happening? How many sleepless nights have you had of late?
Well, everyone, hello. Very excited to be here today with you, Vali, and to share some of the recent updates at Sandbox. I totally relate to what you've been saying, but for me, it started close to 20 years ago. Like as soon as I stepped into technology, always having been a pioneer in peer-to-peer, in Web2, in mobile gaming, I feel like there's always been excitement around those times where like new technology came out and then a new wave of builders, entrepreneurs, creators could use them to ship new product and exciting services. I think you're totally right. Like the level of acceleration we're feeling with AI is incomparable with what I saw before with crypto or even with mobile gaming. But still, you have to stay up to date. You have to keep trying and building things. And today we're going to talk a bit more about that.
you know, and that is exactly what we do at Aura Live. A lot of people tell me, "You're going live every day." are you mad? Like, why are you going live every day? And I'm like, the way the world is moving, if you don't get in the right people and have the right conversations, and if you don't know what's happening, we are not going to be relevant any longer. And the other important thing, why we go live every day, our focus is to talk about the future of money, because money has been one thing that has never evolved over a period of time. Its meaning has evolved, but very little, right? When we were young, money just meant getting the best candy. When we got a little older, money just meant for us to be able to have good time with friends, and so on and so forth. The meaning of money keeps changing. However, this is the first time, or maybe I think three or four times in the entire humanity, money has changed meaning. Maybe from gold and silver, we moved to fiat. From fiat, now we are moving into stables, and stables are going mainstream. We see Facebook, Meta, we see YC Combinator giving out their grants in USDC, which is a massive adoption wave that will trickle down to small, these devs sitting in India, Vietnam, Egypt, so on. But let's find out from Seb. I saw the video, it blew my mind. Are you telling me that I can actually live my dream of creating a game? Like what have you been up to? Like, I want you to break it down for us.
It's been always a mission at Sandbox. Like for the past 14 years, we've leveraged new technology. So we started with mobile and touch screens first to allow people to make stuff, to make their own games and share it with others for others to play it through an online gallery. Around 2019, we moved up from a 2D mobile-based game into like a full platform, 3D, that came with like blockchain powered ownership, with virtual land, with a token Sand that also empowered creators to monetize and sell their creation on the marketplace. And we've been enabling millions of people to create games with our no-code, our 3D no-code editor, GameMaker, and our 3D voxel editor, VoxEdit. Publishing those games, being featured during alpha season, or winning and participating and winning in Game Jam and earning prizes. So many people earn a lot of Sand while they started to learn making games. And I was not just, for many, it was a hobby. For some, it became a career. They established and created their own game studios. They joined an ecosystem. They started to collaborate with top brands, sometimes even like official institution, government. I remember in Hong Kong, some studio collaborating with PwC or with, Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, or CPL, which is like their mobile or electricity provider, for example, which in a way has been incredible to think that people who didn't come with a background of making video games in the past were able to build simple, accessible experiences in the virtual world as part of Sandbox. At the same time, we realized that our tools came with certain limitations. Like we had a trade-off between like the accessibility of the tools and how much they could do in terms of gameplay, development, custom code, monetization, and so on. So it's been almost 2 years that we've been working across different iterations, moving out from Unity to Unreal as a first step, and then from Unreal to web-based engine. And ultimately, we announced this week the Sandbox Studio, which I think is like really the third big milestone of like that vision of like empowering people to make their own games. This time, it's not just a creation tool, it's a whole engine that could be used both by beginners, first-time creators, and professionals who already are familiar with development, because they can write their own code. And it is an AI native engine, as you can plug your own LLM, you can plug your own agent and build on top of the different libraries and modules that are coming as part of this engine. So you're not just vibe coding, writing a prompt and waiting, and it's like a black box and you don't really know which LLM is being used and it burns tokens. Here we're really approaching it with 20 years or more of experience from the teams that build both the Sandbox and also several game engine, and one of the largest MMORPG in the world that joined us recently to achieve this vision. So I think it's aiming at still being very accessible for you, Valley, to be able to create games, but at the same time, versatile enough and powerful enough so more traditional game dev can also pay attention to it and use it and not feel they are unable to plug monetization, to import a model, or to write code if they want to do so. Oh, you're mute.
I love what you're saying, but I can't believe you because it sounds unbelievable. I want you to really take us through this. Please share your screen with us and let us see how you can actually build it. Can we do that?
Not yet. So everyone can go to sandbox.game and co-apply to be on
Oh, okay,
joining
okay.
on www.sandbox.game. But I don't have on this machine the builder myself, so I'm not able to share it right in front of
No,
everyone.
no worries.
But we
No
will.
worries.
Like we're organizing some game jams. We had already, since we announced in one day, 100 of application, and we want to take it step by step. So the first version is still an alpha. We're going to keep implementing week after week, month after month, shipping regular updates to push amazing features, new modules, including for multiplayer, including for shops, including for monetization, and prioritizing much faster what creators need. That means it's a progressive rollout. It's not like, okay, this is the public 1.0 version that is going out. That's why you cannot download it right now. It's still an alpha version, maybe call it 0.5. We will onboard every creators who applied through a call, through walking them step by step into the tool, and then seeing and following with them how they are using it. So that when it's time for Prime 1.0 first stable release, everyone can use it. There will be plenty of documentation. There will be plenty of templates, libraries of assets available, and many more modules available for people to make full standalone games with live ops, with monetization, single or multiplayer gameplay.
Tell me, how does the future look, right? A lot of people are really scared about, what the future really looks. What do you think is the real future, specifically in the space of Web3 and AI, the way these things are moving at a speed that, we can't even understand. So I want you to take this. I'm going to give you the full screen. It's all over to you. Please guide us because with the 20 years experience, you would know what is happening and we all are really worried the way AI is taking over.
Right. Okay. So, hey, now moving forward. So, what's the future like? Maybe let's jump and look at, if you didn't see the announcement, let's look at sandbox.game. It's been refreshed. Can I share here? Share screen. Hello. I'm in a live streaming right now. So we are with right here on the sandbox.game website. As soon as you arrive, you can see the new homepage, which explain a bit the vision. If you've been familiar with Sandbox, the first thing you would actually see, which is different, is like you notice like different graphic style for all the different characters that are involved. So Sandbox used to be a lot about like voxel, those 3D cube. Now, with this new engine, we're able to import pretty much any 3D model that use GLTF or standard 3D model across, well, every software that can output 3D or even AI that can generate 3D assets. And the editor will feature the ability to prompt and generate assets as well in your library. Meaning like we're going to see a real metaverse vision back to what Sandbox has been building of this mashup of characters made by creators coming from brands and with different aesthetic. So that's already a big change. Now, the second thing that we are trying to highlight is that this is not just a tool. This is not an AI wrapper on top of OpenAI or Claude with a nice UX. It's really an engine which is open, which like you can choose if which LLM in the background you want to run, and which has been harnessing data from like many games that we built and understand like the different paradigm of like game development. So you could still vibe code and use Claude and all those tools that maybe you already have access to make your games. But your life will be definitely facilitated by using the Sandbox Studio as like your one-stop shop for developing games and having like managing larger source codes, different modules, and content, scenes, libraries, and so on. Maybe let's play the trailer video in case you haven't seen it.
Fill up the tank if you're tough enough. Turn up the sound till you feel it pump, pump, pump. Pump it up, go higher. So hot like fire. Pull it up, reload. Turn it up, full power. Pump it up, go higher. So hot.
We all miss playing that game.
Power up. Listen up, I got a way we can juice it up. Fill up the tank if you're tough enough. Turn up the sound till you feel it pump, pump, pump. Pump it up, go higher. So hot like fire. Pull it up, reload. Power up.
All right, that was exciting. A few things here. What did we see? And that's, I think, it's also like a big revolution versus what we had at Sandbox. First, like the code you're putting is you can choose where you deploy it. So it can be on the web page or still on Sandbox server, but it will not just limit it to Sandbox only. Like you'll be able to publish the output made with this engine to external platform like Telegram, like Steam, meaning that you're no longer only dependent on the Sandbox platform distribution and users to grow your game. You can leverage Telegram, you can leverage Steam, you can leverage mobile web as well in the future. And hopefully we'll add even more platform progressively, including app stores, Google Play Store, etc., for you to grow your game. Now, some other things is like you can manage first-person shooter, you can manage VR game as well. Everything that you saw in that trailer is actually captured from live product usage and footage. So it is not simulated rendering. This is all like games and product that we've done, and people who will be progressively granted access to this, they will be able to see those games and even to clone them to customize them as they want. So I find that's super exciting as well, because we'll run some game jams, meaning like time-limited game competition, where people can take an existing gameplay and start by changing and generating. You don't need to know 3D modeling and animation, and you need to leave the software to start making 3D assets and then import them back into the game. The UI of the front end allow you to generate models and libraries straight inside. And let me pause it. Here you can see live screen from like what the software looks like. So you still have access at the bottom to your asset library. You can still drag and drop it in the scene. You can turn it, you can customize it. You can even add a certain number of like properties, 3C, work on the mesh and the GLTF. So it's very customizable for the most powerful users and still super simple for those who are not yet familiar with those different concepts. So all working within the editor. I think also here we had a little teaser of the UI UX here as well. It went fast, but you can see as you're creating your level and playing around with the whole scene, still have access to your assets, the different effect, applying like textures on top of them and different materials. So it is a full engine in a way, like people who use Godot or Unity or Unreal will find and will be familiar with. And I think that's exciting. And the other part that's exciting is like also like how you are able to write code. The video here maybe oversimplifying a little bit because it's prompting, but you can also run Cursor, for example, or Claude. You can vibe code and ask it to write the code to make this player a skateboarder and then to make him go faster. And all that code that's generated, you bring it back into the Sandbox Studio engine, and you can keep evolving with it. And as such, like you're starting to add gameplay, logic, and other elements. We will progressively have more and more creators joining as we open up Sandbox Studio to more people. And I'm sure like it's been like we had when we started Sandbox, VoxEdit, and GameMaker. People will start streaming what they are doing. They will start making tutorials, sharing, because that's really the spirit of the community at the core of Sandbox. Creators are usually eager to share what they are doing. I remember we had, for those who've been part of Sandbox before, like Panda Pop and Camille Sauzet, who were streaming almost every day without any exception for the past 5 years, what they were doing with the tools. And they helped onboard hundreds and hundreds of more creators who followed what they were doing. So here again, the idea is to go back to the roots of Sandbox, focus on the creators, help them, and build a community of engaged creative people who are using the tool and sharing what they are doing. And to do better than what we've done in the past, we want to open new monetization option than just like minting NFTs or selling NFTs as a one-time monetization tool. We want to build in-game shops. So since you can make your own UI UX directly with the Sandbox Studio, you'll be able to build like in-game stores, sell pack of currency or non-consumable and non-consumable items. And you'll be able to sell them directly in fiat, meaning people can pay with a credit card, or in Sand token as well, meaning like Sand becomes as well the rails for the monetization and the payments for all those game creators who, once again, are not limited to distribute their games only on Sandbox, so they can grow with user acquisition in other ways. And because most of those games are actually web-based, they are super accessible, like they load instantly. Actually, let's go and try. So back to the sandbox.game website, we can scroll down and we can see some of those demo game and play them. So let me see if you can see my screen now. This is some demo. I'm sure everyone is familiar with this gameplay. No big surprise. So it's running super fast on my mobile browser, on my web browser.
Absolutely. There's no delay. There is nothing.
So that's an example, but imagine like it's been done so fast with all the menu, the loading. You can already unlock skins, meaning there's some form of progression. It's not just like the core gameplay. We implemented like logic. We're implementing some initial monetization with the chest, the music, the sound effects, options to improve the graphic with more or less shadow, depending on your computing power. So that's one of the examples. This more complex game. So this one, as you can see, can work both on mobile and PC. Some are a little bit more demanding on their CPU and GPU usage. So this one, for example, looks like I'm not longer sharing. Let me share again here. It's a larger game. It looks already more of with music. Maybe let me choose the music. Yeah. All right. Full menu, cutscenes, dialogues,
Are you saying
tutorial.
everything is made on the new tool?
Yes, that's the exciting part.
It's taken to create this.
What are you buying?
Tool map. So some of them were really simple, to just a few hours. Some I think like the team really spent more effort to do a full-fledged game. As you can see here, you have it's a kind of like roguelike game. You already have like upgrades, and let's see if I can go. Okay, let's select here. Let's start this level. The gameplay is pretty simple. There's like attacks of different grims, and you have to save
Let's
innocent soul. Let's rip, right? I hope my computer can handle it. See, the light effects are pretty cool. The gameplay starts, it's a little bit slow. Yep. And all right, it's time to slash some zombies. The scenes is nice. Like, honestly, for like a gameplay starts a first time game, someone making that, I feel it's pretty cool. Like, of course, it can be improved, and that's why. Oops, I'm not too great. I only killed 18. I feel like people can do even better progressively, and that's also something that always has been amazing me at Sandbox. Is like how we always are so impressed by like the creativity of people. They always came out with like ways to achieve things, new potentials that we never saw before on like how the engine is being used. All right, nice and slow. This demo is cool as well because it's been really reusing a lot of the assets that are available in Sandbox. And so that's also something that's great with the Sandbox Studio is like you don't start with nothing and you have to create everything from scratch. All the assets that were made with the editor or VoxEdit and the marketplace, they're already compatible, which makes this a library of like hundreds of thousands of assets made by creators. Avatars as well are ready to be imported and animated with some nice movements. And the game have juice, the game have effects. The sound, you see there was this little explosion and so on. Once again, for like a simple demo of what can be done with it, I feel it's pretty impressive. And now let's move with another first-person shooter mod. So like different camera style, different 3Cs. Up. Even with animation video as well, all AI made too. And it's simple. Like we don't want to overload the graphic because we want actually people to take that map, that gameplay, and change it to make their own. You know, it is really already fast works. Ooh. Those computers are good. I need to reload.
And these work on the browser, is it, or you need to download a file?
Yeah, there was nothing needed to download. So this is actually built with WebGL, but as soon as like WebGPU is coming out, I'm sure like we're going to see amazing performance improvement even more. So I'm really excited again, the future of gaming, what it could be. People feel like, wow, these are simple games. It might remind you of like the early Flash game area. But let's look how fast gaming has evolved in the last 10 years on mobile until like they look what games look like nowadays, like they can compete with console. And at the same time, they also open new audience to start playing with casual, hyper casual, new kind of management game, match 3 game, and so on. So these innovations will bring millions more people to be gamers.
You know, I just want to add on that my kids play Roblox and they stream online, and here they can actually build their game or they can use an existing game and they can stream online. I think it's amazing to what what you guys are doing. So tell us, early access, yes.
Thank you. Early access, very easy. So if you're excited, if you want to give it a try, you know, like just one simple say, like basically it costs you nothing to try. You can only get new knowledge. You can find out like how like game is going to evolve, the idea of like game making, game sharing, and You never know. You might like start a new opportunity, a new career. The amount of people who've been impacted by the first sandbox, the two first sandbox, the 2D and the 3D one, and that somehow in their life they met exciting people. They traveled to conference. They made a choice to be more creative, and they earned some money from that activity. Sometimes they earn not just some money, but actually large amount of money. They could hire other people. It's incredible, and that's what I think. Like sometimes, specifically now when crypto markets are down and people are less excited by the hype or the speculation, which has been one part, but not the only part of like the benefit of the blockchain. We don't tell enough, like how, in a way, whether it was for a long period of time or a short period of time, discovering new tool, using Sandbox in a way did impact your life in a positive manner. And I keep hearing those stories every day. Of course, you have all the haters, and you know what? Haters are gonna hate. That's a good meme. But that will not change our vision. That will not change our mission. That will not change what we stand for, which is to empower creators for the first time to make exciting games and to keep on, to allow them to keep on creating, to hopefully make a good living from that activity.
Absolutely. You give me 30 minutes of time, and 30 minutes is done. So, but
All right.
we will come back again, and we will play some more interesting games, build more hands-on, and perhaps do like a live demo for you all. If you all enjoyed it, please let us know. We go live every day. This is Aura 8. Tonight we are going live again. We got in Sebastian because he had a new update. But tonight we are going live with Joyce from Bit Angels and Tobias from TVV, and we'll be talking about, our after party is the place where real deals are happening. So we'll see you tonight, Dubai time, 4 p.m. Seb, thank you so much for your time. I think what you guys doing is unbelievable, and I'm going to quickly go and apply for the access. And want to go and build some game with my kids. Thank you.
Take care. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you all in Sandbox Studio. Bye bye.